Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It is your boy Noah Jones, and welcome to Today in Hip Hop Season 2, Episode 8. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Your support is needed, it is necessary, and I am eternally grateful for it. Today in the hip hop culture news, we got another casualty, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy Jaydayoungan. He passed away. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to also talk about this I.G Model who basically went untested for almost 10 years. Come to find out she has AIDS, ladies and gentlemen. It deteriorated and destroyed her body. And she's been linked to some famous celebrities such as Chris Brown, Chief Keef, Nick Cannon, amongst others. So first and foremost, let's talk about your boy Louisiana rapper Jaydayoungan. He and his father actually was shot in front of Jaydayoungan's mother's house in Louisiana, man. Sad story. I hate to see people go, especially artists, because it seems like nowadays being an artist, being a rapper is extremely dangerous. It's a lot more dangerous nowadays than it was when I was a youngster. It seems like people have no affinity for the law, and they will take whatever opportunity they can to gun down these artists before they even reach superstardom, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the crazy part about it is, Jaydayoungan, he actually glorified the gang life, glorified the op culture. I'm calling it the op culture, where they go back and forth with their ops. He glorified the op culture, and I hate to say it, man. It's like when you rap about these type of things and you bring this type of negative energy into the world, a lot of times these things come back to haunt you. Now, I'm going to explain to you, not just the whole him flashing on Instagram, him having fancy cars, flashing it on Instagram. The thing about it is this: when you're growing up in these poor, impoverished communities and you happen to do well for yourself and you happen to make it out, not everybody's your friend. There's a lot of people that are preying on your downfall, people you grew up with, and a lot of times these shootings are connected to people that the person knows, that the victim knows. So here's the thing. You driving around in fancy cars, yada, yada, yada. When you're at that stage in your life, you need to remove yourself from the hood completely and only come back to the hood when you are actually visiting family members or people that you just can't fly out or whatever the case may be. Jaydayoungan shot and killed in front of his mom's house. He was actually airlifted to the hospital. The sources say that he wasn't breathing at the time when it happened. His pops was shot as well. And parked right outside of his mom's house is his sky blue, I believe it was a Corvette, which is what he was flashing on his Instagram, etc., etc. Now, when you're in an impoverished community and you're the only person with a vehicle like that, it's like having a target on your back. People know you when they see you driving up the street. Oh, that's Jaydayoungan, that's Jaydayoungan. People know you because they recognize the vehicle. So all they need to do is see your car drive up and down the street and people know, look, this guy's in town. He's here. There's only a certain amount of places he could be. A lot of times people go live and they look at the live and they say, yo, some of these people have burner accounts where they just log into the burner account that can't be traced back to them. And they just log into the Instagram and see where you at if you live. Oh, he's live at his mom's house. Let's go over there and get this guy. And some of these towns and these cities, they're small. You know what I'm saying? They're small. So they ride over there and they do harmful things to these artists. Now, if you're an artist that glorifies that op life, there is no excuse as to why you do not have protection on you at all times. I would rather be arrested and have to explain myself to the police about me having a gun on me than to be ran down on me by so many individuals with guns or whatever the case may be, and I lose my life. You know, you're projecting this energy into the atmosphere. You're projecting this energy into the earth. You're spitting about it all in your music. You're glorifying the shit. You need to protect yourself at all times. All times. Because people are going to always test you. You know, he did a lot of things wrong. The flexing was wrong. The Instagram shit was wrong. Driving the same cars that you got in your music videos and all that other shit, pulling up on the block, you got to move different than that. You got to be in and out. You got to be like a bank robber. You got to be in, do what you got to do, and get the fuck out of there. You can't be home socializing, hanging out, because please believe, sometimes even the family members be upset. You know, even the family members be mad at you, and they fuck around and have you set up. There's a lot of people that could do it. You know, and when you have situations like what happened to young Dolph, you have situations like what happened to Nipsey Hussle, these people are dying in their own communities. They dying where they grew up at. They dying at the hands of the people that they trying to show love to. And this is the reason why smart, intelligent individuals that make it and get successful, they don't come back to the hood. You know, you want to surround yourself with people that have a similar mind state as you. If you're thinking about getting money, you're thinking about progressing, you're thinking about owning corporations, multi-million-dollar deals, et cetera, surround yourself with them kind of people. Move to that neighborhood. Don't try to bring yourself back to the same environment that you got out of. You know, it's hard to get out of these situations, but it's so easy to die once you go back. You can go back for one day, and it'll cost you your life, ladies and gentlemen. You know, so you got to move a little smarter. So rest in peace to Jaydayoungan. Like I said, I'm not familiar with his music. I do know for a fact that the songs that I heard, you know, he glorified that gang life and that you know, he was about that shit. So it's like, hey man, you bring that kind of energy on yourself sometimes. So I'm you know, I think as artists, we need to change what we rap about. We gotta change the content of our music. We gotta change the vibration of the shit that we rapping about. That low vibration, low spirit music. We gotta get back to partying and having a good time. You didn't really hear about a whole bunch of people getting shot and killed when everything was a dance party. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was going out, having fun, linking up with people. It was a club. It was like hollering at the women, doing your thing. You didn't have any problems like that. You know, nowadays, you got to be extremely careful. You got to be extremely careful. Now, we're going to talk about Instagram model. You know, her name is Gina 2, I believe. She's a Brooklyn-based Instagram model. And she pretty much blew up back in 2015. And she recently revealed that she nearly died after unknowingly living with AIDS for nearly a decade. According to reports, at some point during her 10-year stretch of living with AIDS, while untreated, she dropped to about 65 pounds. She became blind in one eye. She couldn't walk. You know, and the crazy part about it is she's been linked to Nick Cannon, Chief Keef, Chris Brown, you know, Dave East. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the crazy part about it. There's a lot of people that are looking at this woman right now as a victim, right? They're looking at her as a victim. This woman is not a victim. She's made some very bad decisions in her life. You know, there are women out there, right, that like to be the center of attention. That whenever there's an after party, their name is on the list. They're the first ones in line. They're the first ones backstage. They are trying to meet and seduce these artists. You know, a normal female who may say, yo, I want to meet Chris Brown one day, she may never meet Chris Brown. The only way she'll meet Chris Brown maybe is at a meet and greet at one of his concerts. But the fact that this woman has been linked to people that don't even normally share a same space together. Chief Keef, Dave East, them niggas don't be in the same rooms together. Nick Cannon and Chief Keef, these niggas don't be in the same room. So the fact that she was able to link up with these different guys lets you know what type of female she is. You know, she's aggressively seeking out these kind of guys. You know, she's one of those thoughts. Now, here's the thing. There's a dark side of Instagram that a lot of people don't talk about. You know, they got all these women that are saying, oh, I'm flying out to Miami. I'm flying out. Like, you'll see all of these pictures of these women in these exotic places, Dubai, all this other shit. Who's taking these pictures of these women half-ass naked? Who's taking these? It don't be a girl's trip. These motherfuckers be getting flown out by oil sheiks in Dubai, princes, all this other shit, and they be doing a gang of nasty things that basically have that, like, the morality level is so low that they don't want to talk about it. You know, and there's been cases where they said that these women have been defecated on, peed on, has sex with animals, all kinds of shit for money. You know, they get flown out to these places to do these crazy things, and they post it on Instagram like they having a time of their lives and that these young women should aspire to be in a similar position. You know, the Instagram game is real dark. So we have no idea if this woman here was in one of those positions. Now, she also said that she wouldn't talk about who she believes is high risk in the media. Nigga, if you've been linked to all these motherfuckers, they all high risk. Because we know that a lot of times rappers and people in general, they not fucking with condoms on. So all these niggas is high risk. You know what I'm saying? They all high risk. Period. And who knows what the fuck is going on. So my thing is, women, ladies, if you're listening to my show, if you fuck any of these niggas after this fucking story, then you get what's coming to you. You put yourself in harm's way. That's like standing in front of the firing squad and telling the fucking firing squad to just go ahead and shoot. You're putting yourself directly in a line of fire to where you don't know if any of these niggas is infected. You know what I'm saying? You don't find it strange that a nigga like Nick Cannon trying to have as many kids as he wants to have right now? A whole, like, that goes against an intelligent, rich nigga fabric. An intelligent, rich nigga would be wanting to save as much money as he can, invest, do things like that. The fact that he's creating all these situations which are all basically bills, every one of these kids is a bill for 18 years or more, this to me screams like a nigga that's prepared to die, that's on his way out. So he wants to leave a legacy by creating all these kids before he goes. This is what I get from it. You know what I'm saying? This is what I get. Soon as I heard that he was having all these kids by these random different women, no real attachment, just having kids with him, I was like, is this nigga dying? Is this why he's doing this shit? Because there's no fucking way you can be an active father for all these children who are born around the same fucking age. They all gonna damn near be in school at the same time. You can't go to graduation for 7 different fucking 6th graders at the same time. It's not fucking possible, especially when they all living in different places and go to different schools. So this to me screams like, yo, this nigga's on his way out and he just wants to leave some sort of legacy and he has the money to pay for whatever medicine or whatever the case may be, so that way the shit stays low-key, swept under the rug or whatever. Who knows? This is just how I feel. You know what I mean? This is my point of view. You know. But I don't feel bad for this girl because she put herself in these positions. You know what I'm saying? It's rare enough for one woman to meet a celebrity, but for her to be in the same room as all these different guys and linked, when they say, oh, linked, that means she was fucking these niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's what they mean when they say she was linked to these guys. She was fucking them. And that's just the famous niggas. You know, why is it that in the entertainment industry, we never hear about anybody that got AIDS? There are so many people that are living with AIDS nowadays, but you never hear anything about it from any of the celebrities. And it's well known, it's well documented that they passing the same bitches all around. Lori Harvey was getting passed around. There's a lot of women out here that just be hopping from nigga to nigga, rapper to rapper. They all fucking the same people. Basketball player to basketball player. Basketball player to rapper. They all fucking the same people. So you mean to tell me none of these niggas got AIDS? None of them? Just Eazy-E and Charlie Sheen? They the only motherfuckers that got AIDS? Come on, man. A wise man told me the math ain't mathing. Computers ain't computing. You know what I'm saying? Something completely wrong with that shit. You know? And in her defense, she's saying, oh, the doctors didn't know what's going on. They took, they took bone marrow. They just like, look, first and foremost, here's the thing. When your ass is getting that thin and all this other shit and you start feeling bad, doctors will ask for a full workup. Like, look, we're going to do a full palate. We're going to check every fucking thing. We're going to check for STDs. We're going to check for this. We're going to check for that. So I'm not even going to lie. Part of me believes that she probably already knew what the fuck was going on. You know what I'm saying? And just financially couldn't afford the medicine to keep her shit under control. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. When you start feeling ill and you go to the doctors, usually you want to know what the fuck is going on. So you're going to go to the doctors and tell them, test me for everything but AIDS. Come on, these niggas is doing blood work on you from the jump. They doing blood work from the jump. So chances are, they going to run a full pallet and find out exactly what's going on and say, look, your blood came back a little crazy. You got, X amount of cells in here that don't look normal, blah, blah, blah. We need to do some further testing. And then they go deeper and figure out what the fuck is going on. But the fact that this girl said that none of the doctors knew what was going on, and they said that one of the doctors said she was perfectly healthy, that shit is cap. She's fucking capping. She's capping. She just knows what's going on, and she's trying to get ahead of the story and do damage control. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel bad for her whatsoever. She's 27 now. The shit came back. Hey, the tax man came to collect. Came to collect. You know what I mean? You got to be more responsible with yourself. Ladies, you got to be more responsible with your body. You can't be out here giving yourself to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You got to make sure that these niggas is worth your time, worth your body, worth everything. And I know it's human nature to be attracted to somebody, but when these niggas are celebrities, the shit is at an exaggerated rate. It's an exaggerated rate where these women are willing to do whatever. I seen an interview where a woman said, Kanye had me come over to the studio with him and Future, and he just had me stripped down naked in front of everybody and just dance, butt-ass naked. Now, who's the fool? Is it Kanye? Is it Future? Or is it this fucking girl? As a man, I've even said some shit sometimes to a female just to see how far they'll go. You just throw it out there just to see what sticks. You just throw it out and just say some random, weird, crazy shit and see if they'll do it. And this dumbass girl in the studio with them talking about, I wanted to show them my music. Bitch, don't nobody give a fuck about your music. Ain't nobody giving a fuck about your music. You know what I'm saying? People don't even take female rappers that seriously to begin with. So for you to think you're going to go to the studio with Future and Kanye and, I just wanted to show them some of my music. No, you was there because they wanted to fuck. And you was down. And it wasn't a fucking like obstacle. Super easy. So that's why you put yourself in that position. She could have easily said, nah, I'm not going to do that. She could have had some self-respect. But with OnlyFans, and all this other shit and Instagram and this instant validation that these motherfuckers is getting, there ain't no self-respect. The morality's low. The respect is low. They figure they gonna make $1 million on OnlyFans and be the next hot girl. It's like, but now you can't get a job though. When your money slows up, you can't get a job. You can't get an apartment because you don't have no fucking no record of actually working. You can't put sex work down on your job resume. You know what I'm saying? And men, we ain't out here looking to wife up OnlyFans models. So have a little more respect for your situation. Have respect for your body. And for everybody else that's out there, just be careful. Be careful. Try to move different. Like I said, these guys are setting an example for us of what not to do. If you rich and you famous and you're going back to the hood, do the shit discreetly. Do it at a time of day when ain't nobody awake. You know what I'm saying? So you can get in and get out before anybody notices anything. And if you are about that op life, make sure you prepare yourself and you protect yourself. You know, I'm tired of seeing these artists talking about how they got the blicky on them and they got the thing on them and they're getting shot and killed and don't have the thing on them. You know what I'm saying? They don't believe in themselves. So take it easy, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I respect y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you tell somebody. Stop by NoahJonesNews.com. And also, check out PrivateRoadClothing.com and pick something up. You got to get the sales up. Y'all got to help me. I'm bringing you this content, bringing you this fire content. Help your boy out. Pick something up. Share the videos. Share the podcast. Put somebody on to it. And let's keep this shit growing, ladies and gentlemen. I love y'all. Talk to y'all tomorrow, the next day, whenever. Catch me on all social media at Noah Jones News. Love y'all.